You got everything you wanted right now. Things that you can imagine, things that you cannot imagine right now, everything you got right now. What do you want right now?
I wouldn't know what to do.
Just look at it, huh? See, when you say this, what it means is, all you want in your life, what you're seeking is struggle. To get a job, it must take 3 years, then you will feel, wow, I got a job. Look at all the people who have good jobs. Look at them walking on the street. Are they going blissfully, dripping ecstasy? Miserable guys, they're getting blood pressure, going to work. They're getting all kinds of ailments, they're freaking out. Everybody keeps fooling themselves at every step in their life, thinking, what I want is, I want to become an engineer, I want to become an engineer. It'll keep you busy for 5-7 years. Then I want job, it keeps you busy for another 1 or 2 years. Then I want this kind of job, that kind of job, that keeps you busy for another 8-10 years. I want that much money, that much wealth, that keeps you busy for another 25 years. I want this kind of girl, that kind of girl, that kind of boy, that keeps you busy for a few years. Then children will come, I want my child to become this. Well, we are preparing for your funeral. You need to understand just this. What you call as my life right now is just a certain combination of time and energy. As you sit here, time is rolling away for all of us. Can you roll it back? Yesterday was not fruitful, so I'll roll it back. Can you? And that time, nobody can manage because it rolls at the same pace for everybody. You do something, you don't do anything, you sleep, you're awake, you're happy, you're unhappy, do whatever the hell you want, it just keeps rolling mercilessly, isn't it? So there is energy that you call as life. This, you can pitch it at different levels. Have you seen on a certain day you're very happy, 24 hours, poof, went off like a moment? Yes or no? So, time is a very relative experience in individual subjective experiences. If you're joyful, if you live 100 years, it feels like a few moments, it's gone. Only miserable people will have a long life. Because if you're miserable, you'll always feel life is too long that you will want to cut it short. But if you're joyful, the possibility that a human being holds, before you look around, it's over, really. But what possibility this carries? So what you need to manage is your energies, because life is a certain amount of energy, it's not limitless, but it can be enhanced. Fundamentally, you have come here in terms of life is, you want to experience life. Question is how profoundly. Right now, if people want to experience life, what are they experimenting with? You know, United States has made marijuana legal in a few states. So when I went to a few colleges or universities, they're asking me, Sadhguru, why don't you pitch someone like you must legalize marijuana for us? I said, no problem, we'll make marijuana legal, cocaine legal, meth legal. What's the problem? No problem. Only thing is, why is it that you want it to be legal? So that you can smoke up and come to the college, right? It's fine. But you need a major surgery and the surgeon comes smoked up. You want the surgery? Oh no. Then you clearly understand this lowers your faculties. I want all of you to look at this. Do you believe you can enhance life by lowering your faculties? Hello? If you want to enhance this life, you must super enhance your faculties. That's the only and only way you can enhance this life. You cannot lower your faculties and think your life is getting enhanced. What kind of stupidity is that? Simply because it makes you a little like this. I can make you feel like this all the time. How's that? No substance, I'm always like this only. Look at my eyes, I'm stoned. Never touch a substance but fully stoned all the time. Because I want you to understand this, the greatest chemical factory on the planet is here. So I'm asking, how are you managing your system? What have you done? We gave you such a sophisticated machine. Have you read the user's manual at least? Believe me, the only and only way you can enhance this life is that your faculties are super bright.
Before you can know how liberation can be attained, you must first know what bondage really is. Without knowing the nature of bondage, how can you free yourself from it? It is really not possible. So what really is the bondage? In the words of the great sage Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, bondage consists in I am the body idea, which means identification with the body, identification with the mind is the bondage. And how can you free yourself from it? For this, I am going to share with you one beautiful verse from Ashtavakra Gita, which explains in clear words how you can attain liberation, how you can attain nirvana, how you can know yourself truly beyond this body and mind. The verse goes like this: Muktim ichhasi chetat vishayan vishvattajay shama arjav dayatosha satyam piyushvat bhaja. In this verse, the Master Ashtavakra says to the disciple, O son, if you really want to attain liberation, if you really want to free yourself from the bondage of body and mind, then shun the objects of the senses right away and try to develop in yourself the qualities like forgiveness, sincerity, compassion, contentment, and truthfulness. Now allow me to explain what the Master really meant by these words. He said to the disciple, if you want to go beyond the bondage of body and mind, then avoid the sensory objects right away. The Master here is asking his disciple to stop getting attached to the objects of this world. The objects here include both the physical objects like the things of this world and subtle objects like thoughts and emotions. This really is the main obstacle on the spiritual path. Yes, the attachment to the things of this world and attachment to one's own thoughts and emotions are the biggest obstacles on the spiritual path. If you can overcome this attachment, then you will progress on the spiritual path by leaps and bounds. Just have a close look at your life and see how attached you are to things, to people, to situations, to your own thoughts and emotions. And now many of you may be thinking, yes, we know we have this attachment, but please tell us how we can overcome this. See, if you really know that you are really attached to things and people and to thoughts and emotions, then I must congratulate you because you have already made the first step towards overcoming this attachment. Just remember, recognition is the first step. If you recognize a disease, if you diagnose a disease, then only it can be treated, right? The true remedy for this attachment is awareness. Now, whenever this attachment happens, try to be aware of it. Try to look at it without putting any labels on it. Let's say you have a thought in your mind which says, I am going to lose my job. Now, the moment you have this thought, you feel terribly sad and depressed. Isn't that so? Now, I hope you know why you feel sad and depressed with this thought. It's because of attachment to that thought, right? Now, in this case, you have to recognize that it is just a thought, a simple energy movement, and not the ultimate truth. It's because you take it to be the ultimate truth, you feel sad and depressed. I'm telling you, no thought is the truth. In fact, thought takes you away from truth. It could at most be a perspective. More often than not, it's a blatant lie. So don't trust the thoughts. Just take refuge in awareness, in consciousness. Once you start becoming aware and conscious, then thoughts won't have the power to fool you. In other words, you would stop being attached to them. You would still use thoughts to function in this world, but you would stop being used by thoughts. Now, the second half of the verse talks about the qualities which you must have to know yourself. Those are forgiveness, sincerity, compassion, contentment, and truthfulness. Now, let me briefly explain these qualities. Forgiveness means you are not attached to the past. That's how you can truly forgive a person. If you cannot forget what happened in the past, then true forgiveness cannot happen. You may feel that you have forgiven the person, but deep down you will still harbor some sort of resentment or grievance towards that person. So true forgiveness can happen only when you are not attached to your past. Next quality is sincerity. Sincerity consists in reminding yourself of your spiritual goal and making efforts to attain it. Next quality is compassion. Now, if you look closely, you will see that compassion can happen only when you let go. You let go of your own past and of the person you are trying to be compassionate with. Next quality is contentment. Now, contentment has been greatly misinterpreted. This does not at all mean that you cannot or should not improve your life situation. You should always do that, but you should not be bearing any grudges towards what you are surrounded with. True contentment consists in accepting the present moment as it is, without wanting it to be different than what it already is. The last quality that the Master talks about is truthfulness, which means you should always hold on to the ultimate goal of self-realization.